Let's go.
This is your bachelor party.
Next 24 hours, the boys will be with the boys.
And the girls with the girls.
In this battle of the sexes, I was determined to keep us ahead of the girls.
We're rolling with the pros.
Let's go.
Man, in the tradition of Teen Wolf 2, T-O-O, in the tradition of Look Who's Talking 2, as in look who's also talking.
Right.
We have Think Like a Man 2, in case you weren't doing it before the first time.
Yeah, that really makes no sense.
It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Now, the first movie, surprise hit. I mean, it even surprised us that we liked it. The movie,
Liked it. I loved it.
You know what? I really enjoyed the first movie, man. First movie is based on a book by Steve Harvey. Think Like a Man, treat like a lady or something. I forgot what the shit is. But it was a
Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady.
Act Like a Lady, yeah. It was a self-help book.
Yeah.
And he was narrating certain chapters that were illustrated by the likes of Kevin Hart, Michael Ealy, what's that boy from 40 Year Old
Romany Malco. And 3 other guys who are not really interesting
Who
at
are
all.
not that interesting. But the girls in here.
Yeah. Top notch.
Oh, yeah.
Taraji P. Henson, Regina Hall.
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union.
Pretty much every fine
Megan
black
Good.
woman. Megan Good. Every fine black woman in Hollywood.
Yeah.
In the movie, it was one of those movies where it really, I think that's the movie that actually made Kevin Hart start to conquer Hollywood.
You know, it was one of those things where Kevin Hart seemed like he's kind of like a niche comedian where like, yeah, he's around, he's loud right now, but eventually he'll go away. And that was a movie when you went like, whoa. Like everybody had to go like, hey, you guys.
Oh, hell yeah.
Pay attention. Like, give him his props. This guy is amazing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Look, I mean, he knows it, too. Kevin Hart got to walk like my uncle now. My uncle walks like that with his ass sticking out. I got an uncle that walk just like that. He ain't really fat and ain't got a belly, but his ass just stick all the way out. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Like, damn, Uncle Chuck, you got to take a shit or something? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Hey, got that ass swagger now. But surprisingly good. Very well good. One of my favorite movies that came out at the time. Might not have been in my top 10, but it was still one of those movies that I recommended to a lot of people.
Yeah, me too.
You know what else I recommended that movie for? It was a movie that turned around and made like the white guy the minority, but it was still very multicultural in its appeal.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that.
Absolutely. And it didn't go for the low-hanging fruit. It wasn't doing the most obvious jokes. It wasn't doing the fart jokes. It was raunchy but really smart and funny. It's a romantic comedy that didn't insult you. You're like, hey, that worked.
Kind of like the opposite of this bullshit right here. I mean, you talk about a movie that you got some sequels that just don't have any fucking business being made because, well, except for money. But outside of that, they didn't have an absolute fucking thing to say what so goddamn ever.
Okay, here's how you know if they made a movie just to make a movie. Because it's set in Las Vegas. Now I will put the asterisk that the first Hangover is the exception because nobody had done that in a while, and they're like, "Hey, let's tell the ultimate Vegas story," and they did it. And now it's become a thing where it's like, well, why don't we just take these guys and put them in Las Vegas, and the movie will write itself. And guess what? Vegas don't write its own movies. It just turns everybody into douchebags.
No, I'm sorry. Vegas does write its own movie, except it's the same fucking movie over and over again. I mean, no matter how they try to put a twist on it, they got lucky one time with the Hangover.
Yeah.
They got lucky with the Hangover because, like you said, the Hangover said, you know what? We are going to tell the ultimate Las Vegas film.
Yeah.
After that, everybody did the same thing, man.
Even the Hangover did the same thing.
Even the Hangover did the same thing. They couldn't even reproduce that fucking success. When you make a movie about Vegas, and sometimes you get it to varying degrees of success because still Vegas is a lot of fun, but when you start to release these movies one after another, it becomes real obvious. Last movie we saw was Last Vegas.
Yep.
With old guys in Las Vegas.
Which seems like a masterpiece in comparison to everything else that's been done with Vegas.
But you know what? After seeing that, this movie is a plug-in film. And let me tell you what I mean by plug-in film. First of all, you got the Las Vegas plug-in level. When you go to Las Vegas, you do the thing where you party too hard, you get into a fight, You go to the swim pool where all the hot people are hanging out. You go to jail. You get out, and then you rush somewhere to get married. Every fucking Las Vegas film we've seen recently has done this.
Yep.
But wait, there's more on the plug-in level. There's the plug-in level of a sequel that doesn't have a fucking thing to do.
Right.
We're going to throw in the montage of somebody doing the Tom Cruise dance from Risky Business. We're going to do the montage of taking somebody shopping and letting them dress.
Oh, girl, you're too frumpy to come with us.
Yeah.
However, there's clothing stores completely in every background scene that we're in.
Oh, yeah.
and that store, BB, has paid a premium for some product placement.
For us to say that name over and over again. We have the scene where y'all realize that y'all ain't even got enough for a whole movie, so you throw in a music video, a full fucking music
That's right,
video.
a full music video.
And you, I give it to you. I give it to you motherfuckers in Hollywood. You're smart about it because you're throwing a video with a 90s hit that has everybody fucking clapping. And then meanwhile, they're too distracted to think like, oh shit, this is just padding out the fucking movie. This movie is one of the laziest goddamn movies I have seen this year, man. Pure fucking laziness. We just finished, I'd be damned if we just didn't finish talking about cash grabs.
I know. It's too bad this didn't come out before we talked about those.
I guess that book doesn't have a sequel because this movie right here does nothing to reflect that novel at all.
I'm going to say something that has probably never been said before, and maybe never again. This needed more Steve Harvey.
I feel bad about talking about Steve Harvey because Steve Harvey came in to narrate the Think Like a Man and put it in chapters and put the movie in context.
Yes, it gave it a context. It told you what was going on. The fact that they broke it up and made it fit with the different chapters, it's like, hey, somebody actually, they didn't just put people together and say go. Somebody sat down and wrote this.
Yeah.
They went over it a few times and had a brainstorm and figured it out.
And I feel bad about talking about Steve Harvey because we said, oh, here come those teeth. Because Steve Harvey would come in and he would say, you see, ladies, this is what you're supposed to do. And then he'd do this, and then he'd smile. And them teeth would just,
You need to stop acting like a hoe.
It's like, goddamn, Steve Harvey, if you ever lose your success, you can always get a job as a projection screen. Just smile. But, brother, I'm sorry for talking shit about you because you really made that movie. And if I was Steve Harvey, look, I know he's going to get a check. I know that he's going to get paid for this. But if you notice, he ain't nowhere to be seen in this.
You know, right at the point where I was going to say to you, like, man, they just completely cut Steve Harvey out. They have one insulting little plug right near the end, which is like, man, if I was him, I'd be even more pissed off that they did that.
And they didn't, and it was so obvious. I mean, they didn't even try to work it in a clever way. It was Kevin Hart literally looking at a picture of Steve Harvey saying, "I love you, Steve Harvey," and I was like, "Wow, man."
Yeah.
Not even that. You can't even pay the man respect who made this happen. You're gonna make him look like shit.
It's just so going like, man, we made so much money and people love these characters. Let's just pull them out again.
Oh yeah.
No matter what.
Now, I like Kevin Hart, and I'm still happy for the man to have the success that he has. I see Kevin Hart during his stage shows, his comedy acts, and I laugh hard, man. I even try to fight that laugh, because Kevin Hart is he's that noisy little black man.
Oh yeah.
Even Ice Cube was on Conan O'Brien and said, you know, Kevin Hart annoys me.
I'm sure he's like, yeah, I miss Chris Tucker.
Yeah. And somebody said, well, if you hate Kevin Hart, you're going to want to kill Corey and Martin. I just want to say that I have love for Kevin Hart. But in this movie, they let that Negro out the cage, man.
Well, and this the problem I see with the lower level Kevin Hart movies is that when they don't write anything, they don't have anything for him to do, it's more of a like, hey man, it's riding on you. Get out there and do something. So what's he gonna do? Is get loud, jump around, act crazy.
He has that black comedian cadence, that loud black comedian cadence. And people saying, Corey, that's you. What's the difference, man? Shit, people used to call me Sinbad, by the way.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. But you know something? The thing that really annoyed me with Kevin Hart, funny guy, good at improv, except when he absolutely has nothing to do. but the worst narrator in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'll give y'all an example. Because this movie, near the end, it tries to pull out that whole, oh, yeah, we got to talk about love in this movie because the last movie did. At the end, they have all these soft moments where Kevin Hart it narrates in between, and it's the most jarring thing. You'll get two people. I love you. I love you too. So you see, people, you gotta work out your relationship. And if you will ever sleep, you'll be like, I'm awake, shit. and look, a lot of it is not his fault, man, because like you said, he has nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I completely blame the writers.
Yeah.
And what makes me mad is that Tim Story was one of those guys, he'll do a good movie, and then he'll do some bullshit. And with Think Like a Man, the first one, I was like, you know what? Maybe he's back. Maybe he's learned. He turned into something good. He's showing he can do. All right.
And Tim Story, by the way,
is the director.
He's the director of this. Did Barbershop. I think Barbershop. Did he do Barbershop too?
Yeah.
But also a movie that everybody said, why the fuck is this guy directing this? Fantastic Four.
Yes. Yeah. I think he did both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's just so sad to see, like, man, he can only get it right once.
Oh,
like the first Barbershop was like, yeah, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second one was just like, oh, jeez.
It was another one of those movies like, wow, y'all got nothing to say. Yeah. Oh, and you know what? If you're feeling really, really extra tropey when it comes to these Las Vegas movies, you might have your cast get in costume. Not only does everyone go to jail, but they go to jail after coming from a male strip club and being in costume.
Hey, Dom, wait. What?
The guy back there like, yeah, black meat.
Look, are we in here right now? Don't nobody say nothing to nobody in here. You let me do all the talking. Hell no. What do you mean?
Why would we let you?
What do you mean? Why? Because I'm a season 1 holder of eyes. Yes. Have you seen it? Have you seen season 1?
No.
Exactly, so you don't have the knowledge. Everybody listen up! What I need to know is who's the boss in here? Because the new boss just walked in. That's right. Me and my crew, we just took this over. Yada yada, yada yada yada. Mercy, please.
It's funny because it was it was a funny setup. It just didn't have anything to end with.
It had nothing to end with. And Martin, my friend, let me show you something here. Another reason why I can't stand Kevin Hart right now in this movie, because Kevin Hart right there looks like a girl I used to fuck.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, look, I mean, just like that. Had that dyed blonde hair, wore leopard skin skirts and shit like that. Titties look like pecs.
that's just wrong.
Yeah. Sorry, brother. I know some things you just don't need to know about me. But
I just find them all out here.
I feel very close to you, and I need to share with you sometimes. I just wanted you to know, man.
Share less.
You my friend,
Let's
man.
not be so close. let's Skype these from now on.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. There is an audience for this film, but it's an audience that probably, I will give this movie a little bit of credit saying that this is that argument where maybe I've seen too many films. Maybe I know what's going to happen. Maybe these things that I see that I think are predictable, maybe people just don't know because they had I was going to say, because this is going to, you laughed with me about this. They had a part in the movie where one person got a job offer in another city, and then the boyfriend also got a job offer in another city, meaning they couldn't be together. And there was one girl sitting next to me talking about, oh my God. I was like, you couldn't see that shit coming. I stared at this person. I really did. I didn't yell, but I just stared at them. I just couldn't help myself. I was like, really? That's a shock to you? So the people around us, they were having the best fucking time in the world. So I don't know, Martin. I don't know.
I hate that excuse that we've seen too many movies, but maybe we have, because I kept picking out scenes from this movie that I've seen in other movies. Better movies and other better movies. Like, there's a lot of it that's just swipe whole cloth from Jumping the Broom. I'm like, damn, that movie's not even that old, and y'all are just shameless about it. I'll say this, the movie's lazy. It borrows from way too many things. It takes for granted that it's going for an audience that's really not that picky, and it sounds insulting when I say that. But the thing is, it's going for an audience that's used to watching anything with a black cast. and not judging it whether it's fun. If the setup is funny, no matter how cartoonish it is, they'll get into it and laugh, and they might even take the weekend. But it's sad because this should have been better or not made. Now, with everything we've said, I will say I did get some laughs out of it. I don't mean just chuckles. I mean I got some like genuine laughs. But
you over there giggling at that Kevin Hart shit. I saw you.
Oh, I was. I mean, there was times it was funny. I mean, the whole thing with his room on how much he thought it was going to cost, and when it came down to, and when they told him the breakdown, I laughed because I could identify with that.
Well, you know something? I tell you, Kevin Hart, as much as he annoyed me in this movie, Kevin Hart has a way of improvising and seeming like a real person.
Yeah.
At least that we know, because he'll look at somebody and you don't know if he was acting,
right?
Or if he was saying like, "Shit, man, get the fuck out the way," and it's like, that's funny to me. I know people like that.
Yeah. No, he's good about that. I mean, of all the people we've seen in movies who are this kind of energetic comedian who got a movie that was half written and it was all on them to do it, and they get annoying, he's probably the least annoying at that. Or he can be annoying, but he finds a way to find some little thing, usually in his improv, that does it.
Yeah.
So I can say that, I did get some laughs out of it, not enough to sustain it. It's one of these movies that I was like, God damn, I can't believe this movie's over 2 hours long. It had actually only been on barely an hour and 15 minutes.
That's one of the best things about the movie.
That is
they
short.
know when to leave.
Yeah.
They know they have nothing to say, and they said, "Okay, we're not going to draw this out anymore." I mean, they barely had enough for that hour and 20 minutes.
I know. I mean,
whoa, shit. Sorry.
The fact that I got some laughs is enough for me to give it a rental, though not an enthusiastic.
You gonna
rental.
give it a rental?
Yeah, I'll give it a. I mean, like I said, had I not laughed at all, because I've seen plenty where I just like A Million Ways to Die in the West, where I was just like, you need to get out of my face. This was just one of those where I'm like, it sucks. And the thing is, if you ever get a chance to see About Last Night, that's so much more of a sequel to Think Like a Man.
That's very well
this
put,
is.
man. That's very well put.
And plus, it's Kevin Hart and Regina Hall, both
and Michael Ealy.
Oh yeah, and Michael Ealy. Yeah, Kevin Hart and Regina Hall, like that ad lib, they do it all through the movie, and the two of them can really keep up with each other.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I tell you, Kevin Hart did make me chuckle a little bit too. And you know who else made me laugh?
Who's that?
Dennis Haysbert in the bitch mother-in-law.
Yeah,
because he was macking hard on her.
He was
like he was gonna fuck her no matter what.
Right,
like they would go out and he come in with that voice. He's like, "You're in good hands with Aldic." I mean, he was good in the movie, man.
Right.
And I wish I had, and even his movie, even his parts were kind of ruined for me because, again, with having no cleverness in this, every time he talked to a woman, they played "Let's Get It On" or some other music you always hear when somebody's about to have sex in these type of films. Mm-hmm. I wish that I could be as nice as you, Martin.
Okay.
Because I do enjoy the Verse movie very much. But I'm going to give this movie. So, and just in case you can't hear me, I'm going to do it in my best black comedian voice. I'm going to give this some bullshit. Some bullshit. Hate this kind of shit, this kind of laziness in a movie, man. No excuse for it. No excuse. Now, I know I know the Negro community ain't going to understand
excuse,
it.
huh? No excuse?
No excuse. Cazorly. Last thing, did you notice? You notice how, to keep Kevin Hart in character, like he was in the movie, that they never wrapped his storyline up?
Oh, I know. Yeah,
Him and Wendy Williams, they never wrapped that up at all. Right down to even having an embarrassing guest cameo.
Yeah. A guest cameo by, I guess, this guy. I don't understand why this guy is a big deal to everybody.
I do.
You do? Okay.
I do.
All right.
I like him.
Okay. I don't get it.
I ain't gonna say anything bad about him. You know what else is a big deal, Martin? That trivia. That trivia is a big deal. We got some good trivia for you tonight.
Oh, good,
Martin. All right, shut up all that noise. Martin, Kevin Hart, big celebrity, short man.
Sure.
Kevin Hart, for those of you who need to know, Kevin Hart is 5'2".
Oh, dang.
5'2". That's right. Kevin Hart, you can't even believe that shit. What? Really? But is he the shortest black man working out there? Possibly. I don't know, Martin. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of comedians that might be shorter than him. Might not be. I don't know.
Shorter?
Shorter, yeah. Might be. We're gonna play We're going to play a game, Martin, right here.
Okay.
Is this black person shorter than Kevin Hart?
Okay.
I'm going to give you the name of a celebrity.
Okay.
And you're going to have to tell me if that black person is shorter than Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Keep in mind that Kevin Hart is 5'2".
5'2" is
Five.
That's plenty. I hadn't heard of any celebrities, male celebrities, who are shorter than him.
Okay. Well, we'll see about that. Martin.
Like even Prince and Michael J. Fox are 5'4".
Okay. We'll take a look at that, Martin, and
Okay.
see. All right, Martin, our first celebrity right here. Kevin Hart or
Okay.
Gary Coleman?
Gary Coleman.
You know what, Martin? You are right. Kevin Hart is happy about that. He's like, yes, someone shorter than me. yes, he is. Yes. Let me see here. Because I got the sizes for you, too. Let me see. Gary Coleman is actually 4'8".
That's what I thought.
4'8". That's a short man. Not
In,
anymore.
in a security guard uniform.
Oh, and no. Who did that hiring? I mean, that's a person that got hired by his celebrity alone.
Right.
You know, and when I say celebrity, they thought that would just be funny. Just to have Gary Coleman walking around security. You know, he might not scare anybody, but they might laugh to death at him.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like after his first day, they'd be like, "This is great, man, but we gotta let you go." What? I didn't do my job right. We just want to see you in the uniform.
Yeah.
We got you on video one day. That's all we need.
Yeah. Oh, Gary Coleman. He's not with us anymore. I'm
No,
not gonna
I know.
talk bad
That's
about
sad.
him. I'm not going to talk bad about him. Let me enlarge this right here so I can tell you how tall these people are.
Okay.
Now, Martin, next up, we have Kevin Hart, Emmanuel Lewis. Now, before you say anything, Emmanuel Lewis, he's grown a little bit. Look at him.
I know.
God damn, Emmanuel Lewis looks like a butler right now. Are you going to eat that, sir?
The bow-legged butler.
He looks a little big now. God damn, Emmanuel Lewis look like he ate Emmanuel Lewis.
I'm still gonna say he's shorter than Kevin Hart.
You think that he's shorter than Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
You know what, Martin? You are correct. Kevin Hart, yes, you are taller than Emmanuel Lewis. Emmanuel Lewis is 4 feet 3 inches, Martin.
You know that show Webster wasn't supposed to be Webster.
What was it supposed to be?
Well, you know, it was like his adopted parents were Alex Karras and his wife.
Wait a minute. It was supposed to be what?
Alex Karras, the football player,
Oh,
and his
okay,
wife who
okay.
played the parents. Like it was their show.
As you can tell, I never watched Webster.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, they pitched the show. They were producing it. They were doing all this, getting the show ready, and it was like one of these things at the last minute where ABC was like, "Listen, this Different Strokes thing is pretty big. We want to have you guys have a kid
Okay.
on there," and they were like, "Well, it's not really what the show is about. I mean, it's about us, you know, and our marriage and stuff." And they're like, "Yeah, I know. The heads just really want this. I mean, it's not going to be a big deal."
You know what I thought you were going to say? I thought you were going to say it was going to be a story about these two white people, and then somebody said, well, we still have this black kid that nobody claimed and lost and found. And that Different Strokes thing is big. You know, let's go ahead and just put him in, see what happens.
It was just one of those things where they made the compromise. Like, okay, we'll do it, just as long as you're not going to like make this show about him and do the switcheroo on us. They were like, oh, no, we would never do that.
Back then, I heard a comedian at that time. It was a Jewish comedian, and he said, "Do you know what I'd give to be a small black child right now?" That was in the heyday of when little black boys were like big stars. All right, Martin. Well, let's up the ante a little bit.
Okay.
Those were easy.
Yeah, those are easy.
All right, Martin. Let's up the ante a little bit.
All right.
Martin, Kevin Hart,
Oh, man.
or Cat Williams. Look, even Cat Williams, like, nigga, you know I'm taller than him.
No, I don't know that. Damn. He is.
Or is he? I don't know, Martin.
He's quite diminutive.
I don't know, Martin. Cat Williams
Ooh, that's
or
tough.
Kevin Hart?
I would say Kevin Hart's taller.
You would say that Kevin Hart is taller.
Yeah.
Okay, you sure about that?
Yeah.
You sticking with that?
I'm sticking with it. I ain't sure about it.
Okay. Sorry,
Dang.
Martin. Sorry. Cat Williams is actually 5'5". 5 foot
Seriously?
5 inches. He has 3 inches on Kevin Hart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's a hard one, man.
Yeah, it is. That's tough.
That's a hard one.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what we got next here. Okay. Kevin Hart or Jaden Smith?
I'm going to say Jaden Smith's taller.
You're gonna say Jaden? You know what? You are right, Martin. Even Jaden Smith, like, you goddamn right, I'm taller than him. Come on, man.
I'm still growing.
Yeah, well, Jaden Smith is what, 9 now? So he's already taller than Kevin Hart. I mean, you can look. Jaden Smith's head is taller than Kevin Hart.
I know, exactly.
Yeah, very good, Martin. Very good. That was a little bit of an easy one, I think, too. But Martin, what about Willow Smith and Kevin Hart?
I think she's taller also.
You think that Willow Smith is taller? Oh, Martin, I'm sorry. You were wrong. Let's see. Willow Smith. While she does have a nice physique and she's grown up to be a nice woman and everything, you know, I didn't mean Will. I didn't mean anything sexual by that. I don't know why that slipped out like that.
The hell you did.
I meant that she was slender, which lends itself to her looking tall. Fuck, I just fucked myself. But anyway, Willow Smith is...
Okay, tell me she don't look like Jaden with a wig on.
I still think that they're the same person.
Right?
Okay, people. Willow Smith, Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
Willow Smith, Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith in drag. Jaden Smith as Willow Smith with a haircut.
Somebody is going to be taking her to bed and get a surprise.
Whoa, wait a minute. What the fuck? This wasn't part of the deal. Oh, Martin. Willow Smith is 5 foot even. There you go. Okay. All right, Martin. All right, we're getting close, Martin. We're close to the end of the game right here. I'm going to quit torturing you with just 2 more. Just 2 more.
2 more.
All right, Martin. What about Prince and Kevin Hart?
I would say Prince is taller.
What? Martin, that one was kind of tricky. It's actually a tie.
Oh, dang, I'd read that Prince was 5'4".
No, Prince, well, from what I read, it says, if you go by Google, they say that Prince is 5'2". I looked it up, and that's how I got
He's
that
older
answer.
now. Maybe he's shrank.
Maybe shrink a little bit. I mean, they're saying, hi, Kevin Hart, so look around him. Look at it. Move, Prince. All right, Martin. We got one more.
All right.
And I hate to throw this curve at you because I said, which one is smaller, all these black people or Kevin Hart? I'm going to throw a white one in there just because this one deserves it.
All right.
All right, Martin. Kevin Smith or Seth Green?
No, I'd say they're the same height.
You going to say they're the same height?
Yeah.
Wrong, Martin. Seth Green is taller. Seth Green is 5'4".
Bullshit.
And look at the smile on his face.
No, he is not 5'4".
That's what I read.
No, he's. I read something that said he was 5'2" before.
I'm just telling you what
and
I read.
I was even shocked that he was that tall.
Martin, I just go by what I read. I'm not deceiving you, brother. Look at that smile. He knows he's taller than Kevin Hart, too. Yeah, at least I'm taller than somebody.
No, he's smiling because he knows that he's the one who put that information on the internet.
He's like, I wrote that shit. Ramon Wikipedia page. Look at him. Shit-eating grin on his face.
Tell you, man, if you watch the after scenes of Mars Needs Women, which I don't recommend you do because that's one of the worst movies you can ever watch. But you see them doing the mocap stuff, and you think it's a little kid for most of it. I swear to God, you think it's a little kid, and then you get a good shot of Seth Green's face. You go like, "Oh damn!"
Wait a minute, you said Mars Needs Women. It's Mars Needs Moms.
No, Mars Needs Moms.
I was
yeah.
like, man, that came out before Seth Green was born.
No, you're right.
Mars Needs Moms. Yeah, that's right. He was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him doing that motion capture shit. Yeah, he looks like a white Emmanuel Lewis dressed up in that fucking that motion capture suit. All right, Martin. You can always reach me at my email address, kcoolmans, KCOOLMANZ @gmail.com. You can meet me on Twitter. That's right, meet me on Twitter. I'll be on the corner at kcoolman. And hey, put my name in Facebook. See what happens. I think I'm one of the first ones to come up. It's that easy. Martin.
I'm one of the Martin Thomases that's on Facebook. I'm sure. Last time I checked. I pop into a few groups: the Refugees of Spill, Children of the Toast. And if you look on Twitter, you'll find me at Martin_Nofro.
All right, Martin. Get you out of here before you die.